guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's being safe and healthy during this crazy pandemic. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're gonna be going into what's on my iPad. I got this iPad about 6 months ago. I pretty much use it. My cat. Can you get out? I might refer to things that were linked in my past video, so definitely go and check that out. It was my unboxing my iMac video. Anything that I mentioned in this video, I'll definitely link down below. Let's hop right into this video. Okay guys, so let's get into the basics. This is the iPad Pro. It's 12.9 inches, it's 256 gigabytes. It comes in the silver color. It also, I believe, comes in space gray. Next, we're gonna go into the accessories. So I have my wireless keyboard right here. This is the Logitech wireless keyboard. I've been using it for about a month now and I think it's great. It works really well. The iPad does come with the Magic Keyboard, but I figured I didn't need that if I just had a wireless one anyway. That just works just the same. Next is the Logitech mouse. I got it when I got my keyboard, but it does come separately. You have to pay two different prices for them. I believe the keyboard was $40 and this was $35, which is still a lot cheaper than the Magic Keyboard. Next is the second generation Apple Pencil. It has this baby pink like silicone cover on it. I got it from Amazon. I can link that below in case any of you guys also want to look into how much it costs or getting it. It covers the whole pencil and then it has this little cap that you could just like pop onto it, and it is magnetic, so it sticks right back onto the iPad once you're done with it. So if you just stick it there, it'll work. And then over here I have this stand, and even though the case holds up the iPad, I use the stand for when I want to put the iPad in portrait mode, and I can't hold it up that way, so I'll just prop this up and I'll put the iPad in portrait mode. I'll also use it when I want to elevate the iPad as if I'm using a laptop. And then lastly, we just have the Folio black cover. It's a little beaten up. I've been using it a lot. You just take the iPad, pop it right on. It should automatically snap into place. Once you close it, it locks the iPad for you. So first what we have is my home screen. This is just a graphic I created on Procreate. Because of the new iOS update, we do have widgets now. So I have my widgets, but it only appears when the iPad is in landscape view. So I have widgets on the side of the battery life of my iPad. We have just a simple plain graphic. The calendar, my favorite quotes, which is smile more and take life a little less seriously, and that is from The Book Inferno by Dan Brown. So that's the start. I have a plain page just because when I do put in landscape mode, there's the widgets and I don't like a busy screen. The first page, here we have a lot of Apple apps. So first we have the calendar app over here. I honestly use the calendar app mostly for just knowing the dates and seeing like holidays. I don't do a lot of planning on the calendar app. There's the news app, there's the BuzzFeed app. I love BuzzFeed. It's more of like a less serious version of news. This app, it's called the Bluetooth Finder app. It is a life-saving app. I didn't know about it until I couldn't find my Apple Pencil one day because my cat got to it. So pretty much what it is, it'll tell you different Bluetooth devices that are in the vicinity of where you are. So there's an Apple Pencil, which is, I'm guessing, my Apple Pencil. It's telling me how far my TV is from me. So as you approach the TV more and more, the bar continues to go all the way to the end. And then we have obviously reminders, we have photos, settings, camera, clock, voice memos, measuring tape. I honestly actually use a lot. You would be surprised. I have FaceTime, Find My, whatever you lost, your devices, your people, whatever. There's shortcuts, podcasts. Shortcuts is also how I created a more aesthetic view of my iPhone, so I'll definitely have a video up about how to make your iPhone more aesthetic. There's podcasts. Right now, these are kind of the podcasts I've been like on. There's BCC Earth, Crime Junkie. There's surprisingly so many podcasts about true crime, and it's kind of scary, but I am one of those people that just like loves to listen to pretty basic. There's the Apple Store, which is different than the App Store. Keynote pages. That's pretty much just my first page. This page is probably my most densely like populated page of apps, and that's just because I do a lot of designing on my iPad. So here you have the Creative Cloud, which is all like Adobe, and then you have Afterlight, which I used to use a lot to edit my pictures. I don't use as much anymore. I have Procreate over here. Procreate I use a lot to create graphics and stickers that I'm thinking of developing and stuff like that. So I mess around with Procreate a lot. And then there's Adobe Illustrator. My sister is actually a graphic designer, and she was telling me a lot about how Illustrator is like the better Procreate. So I'm interested in getting started on it, but I'm not that familiar with it. There's Lightroom. Lightroom is pretty much where I edit all of my Instagram pictures. My presets are saved on here. My thumbnails, I also use the same presets as my Instagram photos. So that helps with editing my thumbnails as well. There's Photoshop Fix and Photoshop Mix. Those are used for more of like technical like fixes I have for pictures. I have my Widgetsmith over here. That helped me create my widgets on this page. You have like 3 options. You have a small, medium, large option, and you can change it up. And then it'll give you like all the options you have. There are some locked options, which I guess come with a premium account. Canva is a great app, also used for creating my thumbnails, Instagram stories. It has so many options, and there's also so many templates you can use. It's not loading for some reason. It's being slow, but yeah, you get the point. There's Adobe Premium Rush. I personally use Pro on my iMac most of the time, but Premium Rush is an app that you can use if you're on the go. This is Magic Eraser, an app you can use if you want to get rid of the background and just make it a PNG file. Color Story is also an editing app for pictures. Facetune, VSCO, and then we have the Canon Print. That's to print from my parents' printer. This is the Cricut Design app. Pretty much what this is that essentially anytime I'm coming to print from my Cricut, I come in here, I create a new project, and I set what I want to print or cut, and then we have the HP Sprocket app. This is a digital printer, but like a mini one that can print out your photos. So anytime I want to print out a photo to my Sprocket, I just send it from this app over here. Then we have Instagram. Obviously, you guys all know. Something just annoying about Instagram, it's not iPad compatible, so it ends up looking very similar to this. Whenever I use the stand for my iPad, it's usually in order to use Instagram, and that's just because you can't use Instagram in the landscape view. This is my preview app. Definitely great if you're into like staying on top of your Instagram and stuff. Pretty much what you do is that you're just organizing your pictures how you would want it. So if you ever like add extra pictures that you haven't put on Instagram yet, you can pretty much move them around and see how your layout's gonna look out. It's great for themes, just getting a better view of how you want your Instagram to look. There's TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I use Pinterest a lot for inspiration. There's a lot of graphics, decor. I have the YouTube Studio app here, which is how I kind of see all my YouTube analytics. I have my Etsy app over here, and pretty much this is just like whenever I want to order off of Etsy, I do it right off of here. I'm an Etsy seller because I do have a listing on Etsy. Definitely go and check that out. I'll link it down below. Mostly customizable wood signs for now, and then I'm planning on expanding that. The next page is all about productivity. So over here I have my Adhan app, which is pretty much, it goes off whenever I have to pray. I pray 5 times a day, and this is just like, this kind of tells you when those times come in. This is also not iPad compatible, so you're gonna have to like expand it, and yeah, it'll tell you like, for example, until next prayer, I have 40 minutes to pray. So that's that app. And then we have the iTajweed app. This is pretty much like my religious text. If I ever want to read it, I can read right off of my iPad, which is great. Then I have my to-do list. This is pretty much how I keep up with everything. My YouTube channel, my TikTok I'm not that active on, but I plan to get more active. My Instagram, and etc. Here we have my habit tracker. Today we're not doing that great of a job. As you can see, I haven't exercised, I haven't done my meditation, haven't reviewed. This is a great app to just like constantly be plugging in any habits like you're trying to create or habits you're trying to stay on top of. Yes, eating breakfast is one of my habits. Yes, I do forget to eat, and it is very important that I have this tracker on for me. Over here is the Forest app. It's a great app that Whenever you want to stay focused, you can set a timer by increasing the dial, and then you would just plant your tree, and then every time you plant, it creates pretty much like this little forest. It's a great app. It helps in terms of like concentration. Then we have GoodNotes. Pretty much what I use GoodNotes for is my digital recipe book. I like trying out different recipes, so I record the ones that I've enjoyed. These are all graphics I've created on Procreate or on this specific app. This is my table of contents. And yeah, I just record all of like the recipes that I've personally enjoyed trying, and then I'll write any like tips or notes or things I would improve for next time. Next, we have the Notes app. I use that a lot. Then we have all the Google apps, so Chrome, Gmail. I have a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of unread emails. And that, I think, is because also my college email is still connected to it, and I never check my college email anymore because I've graduated, so I do need to get rid of that. Here we have the Google Calendar. There's Drive, Google Photos, which is a great app to back up your photos, by the way. Docs, Sheets, Translate, Dropbox, and then my financing app, so my Chase Bank app, my Venmo, and my Numbers app. It's a great app for like tracking any type of like budgets, finances, stocks, so I definitely recommend. This is my entertainment and shopping section. I have Amazon, Sephora, Shein, Target, Uniqlo, Ulta, Monisa. Those are just all my digital apps that I just prefer. And then we have my entertainment apps. So we have YouTube I put over here instead of my social media because preferably I watch videos on YouTube more than I use it to just post. Netflix, Disney Plus, Viki. Viki is used for East Asian shows that I'm watching. I don't watch that much on my iPad. Mostly I use Viki on my phone. There is Prime Video and Spotify. I have Duolingo next. Duolingo, I use Duolingo. I use because I'm learning Chinese and Korean. I took Chinese in college, so I started reviewing and catching up through Duolingo. And then I have Kahoot. Me and my family play Kahoot a lot when we get together. And I have Genshin Impact, which is like a guilty pleasure game that I play when I have the time for it. This page is all my chatting apps. There's a house party, Google Teams, Messenger, Zoom. This is the last page on my iPad, and this is pretty much just lifestyle, fitness, travel, food. So the first thing is my Nike training app, which is a great app if you like to do a lot of like workouts on your own. This is also kind of annoying because they don't have an iPad compatible app. This is FitOn. I personally use it a lot for Pilates. Then we have my travel apps, which is just Road Trippers. This is an app I've been using to plan a long road trip that we want to do in March if COVID lets up and lets us go, but probably not at this point. Here we have the Airbnb app, obviously, like if you're ever booking an Airbnb, stuff like that. There's this app. Then we have Hopper. Hopper is great for like telling me like upcoming flights and stuff. Yeah, if we're watching flights, this kind of like helps me. And then we have two last apps. We have Tasty, obviously. I'm a big baker and cooker. That's not the right word. I'll try a bunch of different recipes and stuff like that. If you guys have any suggested recipes, please let me know. I don't mind if it's savory foods or sweets. I am all for it. So definitely give me your recommendations. Yelp, when I go out, I always Yelp. And yeah, that's pretty much my iPad. So yeah, that was my what's on my iPad video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys were able to benefit at all from some of the apps I might have. I'll probably end up doing at some point like how to use Procreate and GoodNotes and all of these like creative type apps in order to optimize like your organization and your creativity on your iPad. I'll link everything that was mentioned in the description box below. I will write out all the apps too, just in case you like wanted to know like any of them just easily instead of having to scroll through the video. I'll give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, know when I put out further content, and comment to let me know anything that you want to see further. I'll try my best to get to your suggestions. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!